pyramids in Latin America. Despite the towering reputation of Egypt's Great Pyramids at Giza, the Americas actually contain more pyramid structures than the rest of the planet combined. Civilizations like the Olmec, Maya, Aztec and Inca all built pyramids to house their deities, as well as to bury their kings. In many of their great city-states, temple pyramids formed the center of public life and were the site of much holy ritual, including human sacrifice. The best-known Latin American pyramids include the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon at Teotihuacan in central Mexico, the Castillo at Chichén Itzá in the Yucatan, the Great Pyramid in the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan, the Pyramid at Colila and the Inca's Great Temple at Cuzco in Peru. Contents: Rise of the Pyramid Builders. Pyramid of the Sun, Maya Pyramids, Aztec Pyramids. Pyramids to the south, Mush and Inca. Rise of the Pyramid Builders. Mesoamerican peoples built pyramids from around 1000 BC up until the time of the Spanish conquest in the early 16th century. The earliest known pyramid stands at La Venta in Tabasco, Mexico, built by the Olmecs, the first major Mesoamerican civilization. It dates to between 1000 BC and 400 BC. American pyramids were generally built of earth and then faced with stone, typically in a stepped, or layered, shape topped by a platform or temple structure. Did you know? In many cases, pyramids in Latin America were rebuilt again and again over already existing structures, in order to glorify the current ruler. Rebuilding the pyramid, it was believed, was a crucial process that renewed the king's relationship with the gods. At one point, historians concluded that, in contrast with Egyptian pyramids, pre-Columbian pyramids were not intended as burial chambers but as homes for deities. However, more recent excavations have unearthed evidence that some pyramids did include tombs, and there is also evidence that city-states used the pyramids for military defense. Pyramid of the Sun. The most famous single pyramid in Latin America is the Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan, Mexico. The Teotihuacan was one of the most dominant societies in Mesoamerica. Their namesake capital, located northeast of today's Mexico City, had a population of 100,000 to 200,000 during the 5th and 6th centuries. According to Aztec tradition, the sun and the moon, as well as the rest of the universe, trace their origins to Teotihuacan. More temples have been discovered there than in any other Mesoamerican city. The Teotihuacan built the pyramids of the Sun and of the Moon between AD 1 and 250. Like many Mesoamerican pyramids, each was constructed around a core of rubble held in place by retaining walls. The walls were then faced with adobe bricks, and then covered with limestone. The base of the Pyramid of the Sun measures 730 feet per side, with 5-step terraces reaching a height of some 200 feet. Its massive size rivals that of the Great Pyramid of Khufu at Giza. Within the current pyramid is another, earlier pyramid structure of almost the same size. In 1971, archaeologists discovered a cave underneath the Pyramid of the Sun, leading to a chamber in the shape of a 4-leaf clover. Artifacts found in the cave indicated the rooms used as a shrine, long before the pyramid itself was built. The Pyramid of the Moon, though similar, was built on a smaller scale. It sits at the north end of the city's main axis, called the Avenue of the Dead. Teotihuacan also contains a smaller stepped, stone-covered temple pyramid called the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, an early form of the Aztec god Quetzalcoatl. It was dedicated around AD 200, and evidence has been found of some 200 individuals who were sacrificed in the ceremony to honor it. Teotihuacan declined between the 7th and 10th centuries and was eventually abandoned. Maya Pyramids. The Maya, another dominant civilization of Mesoamerica, made temple pyramids the glorious centers of their great stone cities. One of the most famous, the magnificently carved Temple of the Inscriptions at Palenque, Mexico, was a funerary monument to the 7th century King Huaynabitl. The tallest Maya pyramid, located in Tikal, Guatemala, dates to the 8th century AD, before the civilization's mysterious decline. Another Maya monument, built in the 9th and 10th centuries AD, is at the center of the city of Uxmal in the Yucatan. Known as the Pyramid of the Magician or Sorcerer, it was, according to Maya legend, built by the god of magic, Sama, as a training center for shamans, healers and priests. The Maya city of Chichén Itzá contains the Castillo, or Temple of Kukulkan, a feathered serpent, the Maya equivalent of Quetzalcoatl, constructed around AD 1100. The 180-square-foot Castillo was constructed over another temple pyramid built 100 years earlier. Its 4 stairways have 91 steps each, which combined with the single step at the entrance to the temple adds up to 365 stairs, exactly the number of days in the Mayan year. The Maya had a complex astronomical and cosmological system, and often angled their ceremonial buildings, like pyramids, so that they would face sunrise or sunset at particular times of the year. Aztec Pyramids. The Aztecs, who lived in the Mexican Valley between the 12th and 16th centuries, also built pyramids in order to house and honor their deities. The elaborate nature of Aztec pyramids and other architecture was also connected to the Aztecs' warrior culture. The Aztec symbol for conquest was a burning pyramid, with a conqueror destroying the temple at its top. Tenochtitlan, the great Aztec capital, housed the Great Pyramid, a 4-stepped structure some 60 meters high. At its top, 2 shrines honored Huitzilopochtli, the Aztec god of sun and war, and Tlaloc, god of rain and fertility. The Great Pyramid was destroyed along with the rest of the Aztec civilization by the Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés and his army in 1521. Underneath its ruins, the remains of 6 earlier pyramids were later found, evidence of the constant rebuilding process common to the Mesoamerican pyramids. Located in the plains surrounding the city of Puebla, founded by the Spanish colonists, the pyramid complex of Colilla, named for the Mesoamerican people that built it, was the largest single structure in pre-Columbian Mexico. Constructed from adobe in 4 stages of construction beginning around the 2nd century BC, the Pyramid of Colilla measured 1,083 by 1,034 feet at the base and was about 82 feet high. The warrior Toltecs conquered the region around 1,200, and rebuilt the pyramid as their ceremonial center. The Aztecs later claimed it as their own, dedicating it to the god Quetzalcoatl. When the Spaniards destroyed the holy city of Colilla in the 16th century, they built a church atop the ruins of the huge pyramid complex, in a conscious attempt to claim the New World for Christianity. Pyramids to the south. Mush and Inca. More pyramids can be found in South America, which was home to indigenous populations like the Mush, Chimay superscripto and Incas. The Mush, who lived along the northern coast of what is now Peru, built their pyramids of adobe, or sun-dried mud bricks. The Huaca del Sol, or Holy Place of the Sun, was almost 100 feet tall and built of more than 143 million bricks, while the Huaca de la Luna, dedicated to the moon, was rebuilt multiple times over a 600-year period. Some 80 years before the Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro arrived in the Andes, the Inca ruler Pachacuti Yupanqui, AD 1438 to 1471, began the construction of a great temple pyramid, Sacsayhuaman, in the capital city of Cuzco. It took 20,000 workers 50 years to build the pyramid, constructed from huge stones fitted together without mortar. The Incas, Latin America's last great indigenous civilization to survive, used the same building techniques to construct their marvelous stone city, Machu Picchu, high in the Andes.